Okay, just want to get a brief bit of admin out the way first. Hey, I'm Ballpointpen. I make videos on the internet where I talk about stuff. It's not a great description, but if you guys can come up with a better one after watching a few of these, then be my guest. Why is it called BLN EMT? Well, basically, my good friend Phil started this series called Late Night Early Morning Thoughts on Facebook, where he would basically share a thought or two a night because he started working night shift and wanted someone to talk to at night, even if it was just a wall. I took over for him when he took a short break from Facebook, and well, now we're here. Why am I called Ballpointpen? Well, partly the safe embrace of anonymity on the internet, but mainly because it's my gamertag, and gaming is basically where I started talking about stuff in a more descriptive fashion, and considering I now write about stuff on the interwebs, I thought it would also be a clever name and a nice callback to the more traditional modes of opinion articles that this whole concept really stems from. Now, there's a chance there's going to be some guy in the comments that says I stole his gamertag, and whilst that's true, I'd like to preemptively defend myself with two important points. One, I didn't actually realise it was his gamertag for literally everything. He told me years ago it was his RuneScape name, and it just popped into my head when I was sat in front of the create an account screen when I first bought my PlayStation. I wasn't exactly aware he was still a super big, awesome, max level pro rated RuneScape player, and also didn't realise he used it for everything else as well. Nice branding by the way there, dude. But more importantly, two, I wrote to PlayStation, and they wouldn't let me change my PSN to not George Robson. Right, so I'm sure you've seen that new Netflix Death Note advert that's been flying around the internet faster than I can realistically put a video out and be able to call myself relevant. If you haven't, and you're wondering what exactly a Death Note is right now, I'll try and explain very quickly. Death Note is a Japanese manga series written by Sugumi Oba. Sugumi? Death Note is a Japanese manga series written by Sugumi Oba, which was turned into an anime in 2006 and features the story of Light Yagami, a gifted Japanese student coming by chance into the possession of an item called a Death Note, a notebook with the specific rule set that
the human whose name is written in this note shall die.
Light then proceeds to use the Death Note in his own moral sense of justice to rid the world of evil and, well, let's just say the best laid plans of mice and men and all that. Now, I know that a lot of people clicked off this video as soon as I said the word anime, but I mean no hyperbole when I say that this is one of the greatest TV shows of all time. There is something truly thrilling about all 37 episodes of this goddamn masterpiece. The artwork is incredible, the voice acting is great, and the story has that perfect level of cat and mouse that you just have to know what happens next. There's a few issues with the second half, but that ending, man. That ending. In fact, I'd be willing to say this. If you don't like Death Note by episode 2, you just won't. Everything you need to know about whether you should continue boils down to how you feel about that sweet perfection of an episode. So heck, go spend an hour looking at that after this. It'll catch you up for... Death Note, the Netflix one, has just had its trailer launch, and it's fair to say that the fans are more polarised than an online thread about games consoles, or comment sections about political videos, or, well, anything to be honest. But anyway, there's a lot of contrasting opinions about this project on the whole, and as someone who watches the stories on productions of movies sometimes years before the product...
Where's my Mortal Engines movie, Peter Jackson?
I thought it would be right of me to throw my metaphorical hat into the metaphorical ring of metaphors. Well, anyone that knows me already knows my opinion. Motherfucking Willem Dafoe. Now, I heard about that back in 2016, but I knew we were in for a treat at that point. Death Note is a story that I truly love. So much so that I have this goth friend that I started watching it with. We watched it so many times, I still call him re-up. Seriously, it's been 6 years now and it's starting to get a little weird. Some stuff that I've known for a long time about this production includes the fact that it would be an American adaptation, which I know I've talked about whitewashing before, but I do think that this is not what's going on. There already have been Death Note movies. 3 of them. And they're... movies. I mean... bits of them are good, right? I like that third one where Elle gets a spin-off, but right from the start, the plan has been for an American adaptation with a kind of what if this happened here question. That's why Light's white, Elle's black, and we got this really dramatic shot of cheerleaders for some reason. I heard about Black Elle last year as well, and I've not actually seen Lakeith Stanfield in anything other than not looking like Snoop at a keyboard, but I have got some faith that with Netflix involved, they know what they're doing, and this guy was picked because he really can portray Elle. I've already mentioned it, but Willem Dafoe is perfect. Notice how they don't need to show you anything at all. All you needed was that laugh, and you knew that this was the right choice. I hope we get some mocap thing going on at least, just to enjoy Dafoe in his ever more powerful glory. Better yet, just have him in the film in just makeup, but I think that really is just for personal reasons at this point. Light, I'm not sure what to think. Nat Wolff's been in the John Green movies, and let's face it, Light was supposed to be a bit of a pretty boy, but he's not looking well kept in the opening shot that we really got a good look at him in, so gonna just have to wait and see on that one, I guess. As for the director, well, Adam Wingard is someone that I have so many mixed feelings about that I could basically make him into a big bowl of Wingard salad and it would be at least one of my 5 a day. The guy made the VHS movies, which I personally love but can see the flaws in their works at the same time. Having said that, there was a scene in VHS 2 that had me and the Shinigami here jumping out of our seats and screaming at his TV at 2 in the morning to literally cheer on a guy as he ran from a suicide cult. Also, this guy made You're Next, which, if you haven't seen, is a bit of a love song to old school slasher movies. There's some great gore, a great story, and a really great look and tone to the whole movie that truly sets it amongst the piles of recycled that the horror thriller slasher genre has painfully become. Oh, and don't read anything about it either. Just watch it on Netflix and thank me later. Also, this guy made the Blair Witch remake from last year, which, as objectively as possible, was a damp cum sock on a warm summer's day. So yeah, again, I'm not saying that this guy's a genius, but he's done some good work and has some real money behind him here. If I have one genuine criticism, and it really is my only one, I'm all down for the land of the free getting freed of all the criminals in this American fanfiction, but the music is massively lacking in this trailer. Like, we're just getting the sound of Hans Zimmer falling asleep on his trigger pad. What even is this? I know I rant about music a lot, but I'm so tired of the dramatic, out-of-context trailer quote sentence. Bwom. Thank you. That's been plaguing the industry. Death Note's music in the anime is incredible, and I'm not just talking about the Maximum the Hormones. There were key character themes that played throughout the show that I can honestly say was part of the real intrigue that led me to wanting to compose music for films and games. Both the main protagonist and some supporting characters or key plot points had themes that were played to emphasize the moment. A quick exchange as two characters investigate each other is brought to those weird astral plane meme levels of perfection. I haven't found any samples of the new music yet, but I really hope we will get something similar, as I feel that this could really impact the whole movie for me. I think my whole opinion boils down to a simple sigh at the people who really don't like the look of this movie because it's not what the real fans want. Look, if we got what these so-called real fans want, we get things like the Warcraft movie or Suicide Squad. And because the people making it are so concerned about that, everyone's dialogue suddenly becomes just an easy way to cram exposition in the viewer's confused and unentertained faces. And that's how you get The Last Airbender. And nobody wants to be The Last Airbender. I can understand the people saying that this doesn't need to be made. They're right, it doesn't need to be made, but someone has to come along with a fresh new vision with an idea to put the same scenario into a different setting and see what happens. With Disney troping out yearly or bi-yearly releases of shot-for-shot remakes, it's nice to see an adaptation putting a different spin on the very well-established story. Kind of like how The Departed is to Internal Affairs.
Bit of a smoke, right? You want the smoke? You don't smoke, do you? Right? What do you want, all those fitness freaks? Huh? Go fuck yourself.
And we all like The Departed, right?
Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe fuck yourself.
If it sucks, it sucks. And that's okay. But we still have the series, we still have the movies, if we really want them. The show is never going to get worse, and if it's your damn best favourite thing ever, then that's great, and you should just watch that again instead. But maybe this new movie could actually be someone else's new best favourite thing ever, and that's okay too. I think we're going to get a new take on a great series, and that can only enrich everyone's experience. You don't lose out from having a bad version of your favourite thing. All the Fast and the Furious movies suck, but their fans still love the shit out of their films. You still have this amazing show that you can still share this with people who haven't seen and enjoy the show with newcomers. To be honest, I'm pretty sure that it was the one that really made me give anime a chance outside of the Studio Ghibli stuff I saw when I was a child. And even if this movie sucks, I know I'm going to keep watching the show and still feel that frustration as Light and Elle play this giant game of chess with each other and neither's plan never really comes to fruition. Plus, for reals, Willem Dafoe, how can any scene with him not be complete gold?
Bingo. Me.
While we're talking about it, if that potato chip scene is not in the movie and exorbitantly over-budgeted, then I'm instantly giving it a thumbs down along with Netflix's new rating system. Thanks, Amy Schumer. I really do think we're going to get a great movie out of this one, and if it does turn out to be shit, please feel free to come back in August and give this video all the dislikes in the world. But until then, stick to the benefit of the doubt and give this video a cheeky like. Also, if this movie is shit, call it now, it ain't but whatevs, then you can always just wait for the English sub release of Death Note Light Up the New World. This movie looks like it was made from the heart, and some of the characters, especially Elle's successor, look like they are having the best time on camera, so this could wet your pages if it all goes tits up, but it's got a 6.6 on IMDb, which is fine. Look, I'm looking forward to this movie too, but damn, man. It's tough being an anime fan.
Could be worse. You could have been waiting for the Mortal Engines movie for the last 7 fucking years!